It's a little loud in here today, but that's okay. I've got a great project I'm kind of excited to share with you. I am Creative Sarah, and this is my studio. Welcome home. I have been gone for 2 weeks, but I'm back. And there's so much swirling around in my head that I want to tell you, but I can't. Just make sure you join me tomorrow for our launch party around the same time. I believe the launch party is at 2 p.m. Eastern here, right here. Yeah, 2 p.m. Eastern. You guys, you don't want to miss it. I have a lot of announcements, a lot of cool stuff. So today I'm going to create a tapestry, and we're going to use one of our napkins. Guys, this fabric is really cool. I have used our table runner fabric. I've used this. I am going to show you how to make a really cool kind of tapestry, and then I'm going to give you a couple options as how to hang it on your wall. Make sure you say hello when you come in, and if you are watching the replay, go ahead and comment #replay so that I know you saw it. I don't have my comments up for whatever reason. Hi Margaret, hi Kelly, hi Kimmy, hi Marie, hello Barbara, welcome, welcome. My comments aren't up on the screen, so I'm having trouble. Okay, here we go. This should be better, and then I can look up here instead of looking way over there. And my eyes just are not. All right, here they come. So we have our fabric. I'm gonna set this aside, but this is an option. This is a double option. And if you don't wanna make a tapestry, you can use this surface and hang it, or you can kind of do what I'm gonna do, and I'll show you. So we're gonna use the vintage sewing pattern. And our keyword for today is sewing, S-E-W-I-N-G. When you comment that word, I will send you a message with a link to the supplies that I'm using for this project. Now I am gonna ink this. You could chalk it, because if it's a tapestry, you likely aren't going to be washing it. But if you want to be able to wash this fabric, you are going to use ink, and I'm going to use ink. So what I'm going to do is I have my napkin here. Now our napkins are like 18 by 18 inches, and I'm going to leave, for now, because I'm not sure how I want to do this, the top seam. Let me go ahead and show you. The top seam, I'm gonna leave that intact, but I'm gonna trim down the rest. I am going to use fabric scissors because it makes it a little easier. And sometimes I'll tell you just to rip it, but we're gonna do a little different fraying with this. So I'm gonna trim off this seam here. It's not a seam, it's the, whatever it's called. Not a sewer, as you can tell. All right, so we cut this off. I don't need that. We can use this for another project, so I'm gonna set that aside. And then we have this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trim off the bottom. I don't know how much I want to trim, but I'm gonna leave a little bit of an edge. I'll save this because you never know. And now I have this. I am going to take my 9 by 12 ink mat, you guys, Hi, Candy. Did I already say that? I think I did. Hi, Lavender. Hi, Ryan. Hi, Amy. Hi, Jody. Hi, Joan. And Crystal. Hello, hello. Okay. Boy, you guys, today is the first day back. Oh, this may need, I think my mouse is dead. Okay. First day back after a long break is so, the struggle is real. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just gonna lay this out and then flatten it onto my ink mat. Okay, so we're good here. And then I'm using fabric, so I'm going to peel my stencil. This is a mesh silkscreen stencil. We call them transfers, but I call them stencils because everybody knows what that is. I'm peeling it off of the backer sheet. Make sure you save the backer sheets. Your backer sheet you're gonna reuse because all of these stencils are washable. It is sticky on the back, okay? So because of that, you're gonna get a really great image and you're gonna use your hands to press this down. Now, this is going to be very vintagey looking, okay? So when we do this, you're not looking for like crisp, clear, clean lines. You're looking for, we're actually gonna have some of that like distressed vintage look. Now I'm just gonna pick up some ink and just start spreading it through the silk screen. This is fabric ink. When you comment the keyword is sewing, okay? When you comment the keyword, you'll be able, what I'll do is I'll send you a message. If you're watching on Instagram or you're watching on Facebook, I will send you a message with a link for the project supplies, okay? And then you can get the same stencil, you can get the fabric I'm using, you can get the ink, the squeegee, everything you need to create what I'm creating. What I'll also do, so if you're new, you're going to want to comment sewing, SEWING. I will, in that message, I will send you a link where you can join my free DIY and crafting group. You'll get more ideas, inspiration, and insider information from that group. Now, and then you'll also get, when you comment the keyword, the link to become a Perks member. Now everybody's asking themselves, what is that? That is a special customer program where you can save, by becoming a Perks member, you can save 30% on all your orders. So before you buy this stuff, click on the Perks link, become a Perks member. If we do the math together, you guys. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Fun Size. And Archie and Katrina. Hello, hello. Sharon, welcome. Mary Jane. Hi, Lavender. The Perks program is awesome. You pay $20, and in exchange, you get $20 in product credit. So it's basically a wash. It's basically a free program when you're using your product credit. So you pay $20, you automatically get 30% off of everything and $20 in your account, all right? So you set up an account when you do this. Then, after you have already become the Perks member, come back to my message in Messenger. click on the project supplies link. It will open it up in your account and everything will be 30% off. Holy buckets. So if you want to save 30% off, plus you'll also get that $20 back off of your account. Now, every single order, today only, you're going to get, if it's an order of $80 subtotal, you just put $80 worth of product in your account, you're gonna save 20% when you use the code BDAY20. The letter B, DAY 20, BDAY20. When you use that, you'll save 20%. And when your subtotal is 80, you're also going to get flat rate shipping. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and peel this up. Ooh, it came out beautiful. Look at that. Now I'm gonna take this over and wash it. When we wash these, it is just in water. So I'm just gonna take it over to my water bath. I'm gonna wash it so that I can reuse it again on another project. So these stencils are so great, especially if you have a creative business like what I do, because you can use this over and over. You could make, 10, 15, 20 different items with this one stencil, and it's such a great value versus cutting vinyl, making your own stencils, wasting the vinyl because you can only use it one time. This is a much, much better option. So after I wash it in the water, I just flip it upside down on my table over there. The sticky side is facing up. That's how you dry it. And once it is dry, all of the sticky comes right back to it, and you'll put it on the backer sheet and you can save it for the next time you want to use it. So it's super awesome. Now, if you're watching over on YouTube, hello YouTube, you can gather all of the links that I just referred to in your pinned post, your pinned comment there. I can't send you a message with everything like I can on the other platforms. So we just have to put the comments right there. So hi Teresa, welcome. Hi Erica, oh yay. If you're new, hi Nadia. If you're new, you can comment that keyword. All right, so now we wanna dry this. The ink is still wet. I'm gonna go really fast. I'm gonna use a hair dryer. I got it really close to dry. I'm gonna peel this up. Now, the reason why we use an ink mat is for two reasons. Number one, it held my fabric nice and taut so that I could easily ink on it and it was flat. The other reason is so on some thinner fabric, your ink could go right through and you don't want that to happen. So you wanna make sure that you've got something underneath to protect whatever you have. Now, your ink mat, some people wash these. You can rinse it off with cool water. Don't scrub it. I just let it dry. Once it's dry, I never have to worry about it. I just reuse it over and over. I've been doing it for years, so you don't have to wash it. You can just kind of let it dry. And that's what I will do. Okay, so now I'm gonna finish drying this. So quick and easy. You can let it dry naturally as well. It just will take you a little bit longer. I am gonna go ahead and plug in my heat press. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm going to heat press this. So in order for the ink to become permanent, we need to heat it up. You can use an iron at home. You can use a heat press. I have a Cricut Easy Press. That's what I'm gonna use today because it takes less time when you're using the Easy Press. And I'm just gonna grab a mat. Just gonna grab a mat here. And I'm gonna cover with parchment paper. Easy to do, or any type of thin material that protects it from your heat press. And I'm gonna heat this up on the front for 30 seconds and on the back for 30 seconds, and it should be good to go. If you're ironing at home, you're going to do 4 minutes of just ironing that over the top of it, okay? The heat is gonna go, you're gonna follow the what it says on the tag. So this is cotton and linen, so we can go at that cotton setting. That's close to I think linen is the hottest setting that we have, but cotton is like pretty close to the highest. We're gonna go at 305 degrees here on my heat press. If you're using an iron, just set it to cotton. It'll be great. It'll work perfect. No worries. Hi Joyce, hi Connie, hi Jamie. Welcome in. So I'm just waiting for that to heat up. It's almost there, and then we're gonna heat set it. After that, we're gonna do a little fringe work on this, and I'm gonna give you a couple of options for displaying your tapestry once it's done. This is a very neutral tapestry in the natural, like natural fabric look, and then black. A lot of the things that I like to use and decorate with are neutral colors, or colors that can pass for neutral. This one is for sure super neutral, but you can completely customize this to your looks. If you have a sewing room or you have a cool place to put vintagey looking things that you make, do it to your colors. Maybe your room, you want blues, or maybe you want greens or gray, or whatever. Maybe you want brown. That's why DIY is so cool, because you can customize it for your own home. When I am creating for other people or I'm selling things, it's all neutral. I don't do a lot of color unless it's fall or holiday that has very specific colors that you'll be using, if you know what I'm saying. Hi, Becky. Hello, Fox Hollow Studio. Welcome. Hi, Jackie. Welcome. So I forgot to hit the button, but that's okay. We're just heat setting right now. I'm gonna flip this over, and then we're going to heat set the back. This is a thinner fabric, so I'm gonna make sure to get the whole, I guess I can get it all on there. I'll push the button this time so I remember. Otherwise, I will just talk. You guys, tomorrow is my launch party for our autumn collection. It's gonna be at 2 p.m. Eastern time right here on this page, and I'm gonna have giveaways. You are going to be able to earn free product, and I'm gonna have some games and prizes. I'm gonna go through a lot of the fall launch with you. I'm gonna do a demo, and you, like I said, there's gonna be, everybody can earn a free gift. There's gonna be some really cool things happening. So come back here tomorrow around the same time, and tune in. It will just be a live video like I'm doing now, but we'll have all sorts of fun games and prizes. Okay, now this is ready to go. This is permanent. This is, the ink is in the fabric, permanent. I can throw this in the washing machine. I can wash it in the washer, dry it in the dryer, and it will stay. All of our inks can be used on fabric. They are washable once they are heat set, and this will never peel. It's not gonna crack. It's not gonna fade. This will stay. This ink will outlast your fabric on your shirt most likely. If you're making a shirt, whatever fabric you're making. Now we're gonna do a little fringing on this. So I'm gonna start on this side, and I'm just gonna start peeling and kind of picking apart the edge because I want to have this fringed look. The slower you go, the better, because sometimes it'll just get caught if you're not like paying attention to what you're doing. So I'm just going to, I want the most fringe at the bottom. And sometimes you may need to grab like a little tool. Also, sometimes my cutting isn't exactly even, and so that can happen. That can be a little booger. But for the most part, we want it to look vintagey. Okay, so now we just need to start doing, and sometimes if you need, take a little pokey tool. This is our detail tool, and just poke away. I want more fringe at the bottom, and so I want to pull more of these strings at the bottom. So I'm just gonna keep doing it. Keep on keeping on. Let's see. I wanted a little bit more on this end. I can always trim at the end, like if I think it looks too off. Let me go ahead and there we go. I do love me some fringe. Okay. It's looking pretty good. Now, there's a couple things you can do. If you want to leave this the way it is, you can easily do, you can like hot glue your ribbon right to it and just hang it as it is. I actually want to give it a little bit more sustenance, I guess. I don't know. I want it a little sturdier, so I'm going to adhere it to this backer board. Now this is in the supply list, but if you think you'd rather not use the backer board, you don't have to. So you're gonna see what I'm gonna do here. It's gonna overlap the backer board, but it's gonna be a great way to hang this. So I'm gonna get some Mod Podge here. Oh my gosh, it was like glued shut. My strength. Whew. And I'm gonna paint this on here. I want to get the edge. So it doesn't really matter what Mod Podge you're doing because this is just for the back. It's just to adhere your fabric. And we're going to leave this wet. And this is another reason why ink is great for the fabric, because if you get it wet, there's no big deal. Sometimes if you get the chalk wet, it can bleed or reconstitute itself, you know, after it's dry even. Hi Shauna, hi Lulu, hi Dee Dee. If you are new, go ahead and comment the word sewing. That's our key word for today. And what I'll do is I'll send you a little welcome message with a link where you can join my free DIY and crafting group. And then the other thing you'll be able to do from that is you'll also get the link to all the supplies that I'm using for today's project. You'll get the link to our Perks membership, where if you love what you see, you can become a Perks member and save 30% on every single project supply that you order. All right, that looks good, nice and even. And while it's wet, we're gonna lay this down. So make sure that it's overlapping in the right place. And then you could use a brayer if you're really worried about it. Just rolling out the fabric to make sure it is nice and stuck down. Now this is gonna need to dry. I'm gonna try to speed up the process just a bit. I am not gonna Mod Podge the outside of it. But I'm gonna dry up the speed up this drying process a minute. So it's getting there. I am going to, this comes with that backer board. I will flip this over and show you. This comes with the backer board. I'm not using these holes. I suppose you could. I'm actually going to glue this. I want it. Yeah, I just did that. Okay, I'm gonna glue this down. Like that. I'm gonna just use some hot glue here. And we're just gonna press that down. Make sure you don't burn yourself. I like to use my little detail tool for that. So now I have this really cool hanger, like tapestry. My fringe goes off the edge, So you can see that. Now we can add some fun, I'm gonna grab some quick things. We're gonna add a little bit of fun to that. I've got all sorts of little fun vintagey little pieces, bits and pieces here. And I'm just gonna kind of string them out. Crisscross. There's some golds, there's some browns, there's some off-whites. I'm gonna use this jute to kind of attach these. Love this velvet ribbon. So I'm gonna tie it in the center, and then when I do my second knot, this will become part of this. It'll become part of that. And then I am going to hot glue it, not tying this on. And then I'm gonna grab maybe not that. I think I have exactly what I want. Okay. So I have my little container of embellishments. These are really cool. They're kind of like buttons, but they are like little gears. And I'm thinking if I can find, that one is a clock. Kind of cool. Like they're very like vintagey looking, but they're just little plastic buttons. I think that little clock button kind of looks cool. Otherwise, I think I have to double up because there are holes in so many of these. Yeah, I like that one. So I'm going to use my hot glue again. It's got a little button knob on it. So I'm just gonna press that in. To stay there. The little embellishments that I just showed you, you guys, are not gonna be in the project supplies. But this ribbon is, but these little things are not. I just added that detail here. Hi, Shevlin. Hi, Angel. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Taylor. Okay, so here we have our fun, pretty simple wall hanging. I gave it a little bit of extra with the backer board here. The fringe, I think, just chef's kiss there, and a little bit of vintage detail So there you have it. This is cute. You can hang this. I'll hang it up here on my wall so you guys can check it out for days to come until I trade it out. But I hope you enjoyed this. We have so many more stencil designs that you can be making, decorating, you can make and sell, you can do all the things with all of our designs. And to get more information, just comment the keyword sewing, SEWING, and I will send you a message if you're watching on Facebook or on Instagram. Like I said, if you're on YouTube over there, just go ahead and find the links in the pinned comment up there. So you can, hi Nikki B. So you can gather that information. Join me live tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time for our launch party. You're not going to miss it. You're going to have a chance to win all sorts of games, prizes, fun things. I'm going to do a tutorial. Everybody can get a free gift, which is a super awesome free 8.5 by 11 stencil design. So everybody can go home with one of those. Just tune in 2 p.m. tomorrow for that. And I'm very excited. Cannot wait. Have a great rest of your Monday, everybody. And I will see you back here.